I hope I'm not getting myself into too much trouble by saying this, but name one person that you know who has learned to speak a language with Duolingo. I'll wait. Probably for a long time, because I don't think anybody really exists. Now, I'm not here to throw shade at Duolingo, but I've met a lot of people. I've been on dates where women have pulled out their phone and be like, I'm sorry, I have to go. I got to do my Duolingo streak. I'm like, huh, really? Okay, let me watch. And they always follow the same principle. They always do the same thing. Is they fill out some gaps. They fill in some of the words. They have a playful way of using gamified mechanics by creating something called streaks, helping you. You know, it's like a Snapchat streak for, oh my God, I've been texting my friend for like 5 years continuously every single day. It's like, are you really proud of that? Is it really, like, what's the point behind it? The point is that Duolingo is great, brilliant, amazing, fantastic, phenomenal, incredible at keeping people occupied every single day with that task. If only they use that time to speak. Because most of us, when we're on our phone, we're not speaking. Think about it. The time you spend on your phone, open it right now. Open up your phone. Go to your settings and find screen time, okay? Just find screen time and then have a look at what is your average screen time. For me, it's currently 3 hours and 21 minutes of my phone, okay? I'm not lying, it literally says 3 hours, 21 minutes. That is my average screen time. Now, when I think about the 3 hours and 12 minutes, 21 minutes that I'm spending every single day on my phone, how much of that time is spent speaking? Probably zero, a big fat zero. Now, if I ask you, what is the best, most efficient way to learn how to speak a language better? Is it by reading, listening, watching, or speaking? Which answer is the right one? Right? Drum roll, brrr, and of course it would be speaking. Makes sense, right? Everybody knows the answer to that question. So, I spend 3 hours on my phone every single day. You probably spend 3 hours or more, because I've seen people that have 5, 6, 7 hours of screen time, and you spend none of that time speaking. Your Duolingo is probably adding about 15, 20 minutes every single day to that particular bracket, where you're watching, you're listening, you're consuming. Very little of it is you speaking. And then we ask ourselves, why don't we speak better? Like, why hasn't my knowledge of English increased? Why haven't I become more fluent? If your streak on Duolingo is, I don't know what it is, 200 days in a row, like why isn't your English better? Can you imagine, hypothetically, that instead of using Duolingo every single day, you would just record a video and post it on social media? What do you think would happen then? Other than the fact that your speaking skills would get better, you'd get followers. You'd be able to share your story. You'd have something to show for. Because as much as I know that there will be a few of you who will, go to the comments and be like, actually, I know 5 people who have used Duolingo, and actually, I'm one of them. And as a linguist, I use Duolingo for, I couldn't give a shit. Name one person who has been so impressed by your Duolingo that they gave you a job. Name one person who's used Duolingo to get a girlfriend. Name one person whose Duolingo is on their CV. Name one person who is, they've got a shirt with a Duolingo streak written on it. No one. These apps are fantastic. I don't mean to diminish the Big Al, because I know that if I make the Big Al angry, it will come after me. And Duolingo is a big company. I don't want them to, sue me or something. Because I think they're doing a good thing. All of these apps, I don't know what else is there. Preply and the Bold Voice that I've covered in another video. They're all fantastic apps, and they all have reasons and places for your practice of the language, namely the English language. But people come to me because of my voice, and I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. If you want to speak better, start bloody speaking. That's what's holding everybody back. I notice that everyone I speak with, they have the same thing. It's postponement. People come to me every single day asking me about my coaching program. Now, I can only take so many clients. And so what I tell them is, look, my friend, here's a link to a free consultation call, okay? I go out of my way and I give them a link to a free consultation call. And they don't book it. Or we speak briefly and they say, oh yeah, this looks really interesting. I need it. I need it for my job. I need it for my business. I need it for my, my life. Yeah, let me get back to you. What do you mean get back to me? This isn't like you've been waiting for so long Now you finally find somebody who can help you, and your first response is to sit on the fence, to wait, to delay it even further. I never understood that. If I really want to lose weight, I know how to do it. Eat less, go on your bike more, start running, lift some weights, eat healthy food. Everybody knows that. So why are you not doing it? Could it be that you already know what you should be doing for your English, but you're not ready to make the movements? Let me think about it. What is there to think about? Isn't thinking what you've been doing all your life anyways? Have you ever met somebody who's very good at thinking? Let me ask a really simple question. What do you think is more important in life? Thinking or speaking? Like, which one has more precedence? Thinking or speaking? Really? Which one is more important? What comes first? The egg or the chicken? Thinking or speaking? Because if I tell you not to think about the pink elephant, you are now indefinitely thinking about the pink elephant, which proves my point. You can control your thoughts with your speech, but most people, they decide they're going to think instead of speaking. More speaking leads to better speaking. More thinking just leads to more thinking. And I'm going to prove my point yet again by returning back to the original question that I had at the very start of this video, which was, how many people do you know that have been able to speak better English by using apps like Duolingo? Chances are it's a big fat zero. And if I ask you another question, which is, how many people do you know whose thinking is so amazing that that's all they're known for? You would yet again probably be giving me a big fat zero. Or you might say a name of a philosopher, but you know what? Philosophers, they think out loud. That's what's so beautiful about philosophy. It's the process of thinking out loud. In fact, I'm very much a philosopher. I love to think out loud. I love to exact my thoughts. In fact, most of my content is me just sitting there speaking my thoughts out loudly, which is why my speech is so good and my thought process is no less diminished. The problem with most of you, and I'm saying this in a sort of loving, parenting kind of way. I'm not trying to be, mean or aggressive, but you are spending too much time thinking, which is why it's always like, let me think about it. Let me get back to you. Let me consider it. Oh, I have something. So it's always excuses. I will do it someday. Someday is not a day of the week. That doesn't exist. If it's easier for you to use an app which has a streak feature, then you can also use an app and make an upload streak feature. How about that? How about a challenge? Instead of logging into Duolingo every single day, how about you upload a video every single day? Oh, I don't have the time. You don't have the time. What do you mean you don't have it? Did you lose it? Somebody steal it? Somebody just, walked into your life and just yoink, here's 2 hours, I'm going to take it from me. That doesn't happen. That doesn't exist. But yet everybody does it. You have 24 hours. I have 24 hours. Everybody around. My cat has 24 hours. Obviously, she spends it most of the time sleeping, but that's besides the point. All of us have the same time. But somehow I've got more time than you? What, my time is less or more valuable? I'll think about it. It's such a boring excuse. When's the last time that I will think about it turned out to be a good thing? That it was like, oh yeah, now I am ready. Is you come to somebody, you tell them, hey man, I really want to improve something. I really want to level up. I'm ready to invest in myself. But first I'm going to think about it a little bit more. I would understand that if it's an impulsive thing. If I walk up to a random person on the street and I'm like, excuse me, sir or madam, I'm an English coach and I'd love to take all of your money and some of your time so that I can help you improve your English, I would understand that they would go and be like, oh, you know what, actually, I would kind of need it, but let me think about it because you've just given me the information. But in my case, you are the one who's been scouring the internet for months, years, maybe decades, looking to improve what you want to improve. You've tried everything. You've tried Preply and Duolingo and all these apps and all the other coaches and all the English teachers and all the schools and all the, the alpha, gamma ray, the thought processes. I mean, you've tried everything. Nothing works. So you come to me hungry with knowledge of what you want to achieve, and then you go, oh, I'm going to think about it. A new problem does require thinking about it. That's great. When I have a new problem in my business, which I cover in my episodes of Raw Business on the channel, yes, I will think about it. I have to think about it. It's obligatory to think about it. If somebody presents to you the price, I understand. For some people, a coaching call or buying an ebook or something, depending on where you're from, can present a big financial investment. In that case, yes, you should think about it. But then again, if you knew what your finances were, which most people don't have any clue over their financial statements, their expenses, their ins and outs. If I ask you how much money have you spent in the last 4.5 months on parkings for your car, probably you wouldn't be able to give me an answer. You know roughly a ballpark, but what is it? Is it $4? Is it 20? Is it 24? Is it 59? You don't know. The same way that most people don't track their finances, most people also don't track their levels of their skill sets. And so you have no track of your investments. That's why so many people come to me, and I'm speaking to you directly now, because I know who you are, because I know you're watching this video, because I know you're contemplating, because I know that I've hit your pain point. You've bought everything. I get people coming to me who say, I've bought everything, Tim. I've bought all these ebooks and all these online courses and and I'm like, okay, stop. How many of them have you watched? And how many of them have you actually put into action? And the answer answers everything. Most of you already have the answer to your questions. In fact, if I can give you 2 pieces of advice for here, speak slower, open your mouth more, but most importantly, speak more. Just speak more. And don't tell me you don't have the time, because we know that if you're spending all that time on your phone, okay, check your screen time, that is the amount of time that you clearly have to spend practicing your English. But you've decided that instead of creating content, instead of speaking, instead of being proactive, you'll just sit there in silence, sulking in your bed, and typing out some Duolingo mumbo jumbo. Yet again, I'll ask the question, how many people do you know who have used that technique, who have used these apps, and actually speak English at such a level that you find them impressive? Because if they don't, maybe it's time to change the methods with which you learn. Please start speaking more. That's it. Mr. Owl, please don't come after me. I like the app. I like what you're doing. But people need to speak more. They need to be active.